and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Nell, and if you're new, then welcome. I would love to earn your subscription today. Since I live here in the Dallas area, I'm just trying to make useful videos that can help researchers and people who want to understand the actual architecture and layout of Dealey Plaza to do so better. I hope this video helps you and just gives you a little piece of Dealey Plaza today. Did you know that there is an obelisk at Dealey Plaza? Some people point to this as some sort of Masonic symbol. It's certainly an indicator of the significance of Dealey Plaza. If you don't know, Dealey Plaza is actually a really historic location for Dallas. It is considered the birthplace of Dallas, where there was a park and a home and a trading post store where early settlers to this area could all know they could come to the high place in the county and do whatever business they needed to get done. So I'm going to show you the obelisk and show you its relationship to Dealey Plaza and to the 6th floor of the school book depository. So of course right there is the 6th floor of the school book depository. If you count up, you'll notice that this window right here is the window where an assassin allegedly took a shot, or more than one shot. But that was the school book depository building. Here there is a water feature. There is a corresponding water feature just past Main Street here. But of course, Kennedy's motorcade came down Main, turned onto Houston, went that way, and there is the school book depository. But right here is the Dealey Plaza obelisk. It is tall, it has a flame at the top, carved into stone, and down at the base of it is a plaque that reads, Dealey Plaza, birthplace of Dallas. Within this small park was built the first home, which also served as the first courthouse and post office, the first store, and the first fraternal lodge, dedicated to the pioneers of civic progress by order of the park board. So that is what stands here. Its corresponding kind of monument is a statue of Dealey, the man for whom Dealey Plaza was named. But I was just going to show you here, around here there is an old, I guess, drinking fountain. The back has nothing on it, but appears that it used to have something on it. And another fountain here. I don't know if those were decorative or if they were drinking fountains, but here on this spot, from which you can see the site of the assassination and the grassy knoll, here there are bronze plaques that tell about the assassination. And there is a large scale map of this area. Of course, going down Elm Street, the president passed by so many onlookers and was shot and killed there, between here and the famous grassy knoll. So that is the piece of the obelisk and this fountain that perhaps you've seen in footage, perhaps you've heard people talk about. I am down here again at the triple underpass, and after hearing you guys' comments, I wanted to come down. People pointed out, which it's true, right here, there is a storage closet. I am down under the triple underpass. Okay, so there is the grassy knoll. There is the one that Kennedy went through. Here is the one where Jim Tague was standing. This is the third. This is Commerce Street. And then this is a tunnel, which there's a tunnel on the other side that I'm gonna, of course, need to go explore now. But people pointed out, hey Jess, I don't know if you noticed, but there is a spot where, yeah, so from here, there's a clear line of sight straight up Elm Street. I will show you. So right here, as I'm standing, I'm exactly at this little pillar thing. And there is a straight look at one part of that S curve. And from here, from this very location, of course, Jim Tague would have been standing right there. But then here, there is this storage closet. And people have said, Jess, you know, could something have been stashed in there that they removed or stashed in there to hide temporarily? Really interesting questions. I mean, somebody commented on the video, oh my goodness, I had no idea there were that many places in Dealey Plaza. I only knew about the grassy knoll side. I didn't know about the South Knoll side, and of course, like the big pergola that's here and all of that. But yeah, and then there's even places like that under the triple underpass. So it truly was just a place, and is a place, with lots of potential hiding spots. I just thought you guys would be interested to see that. This video doesn't have much more to it. I may go over there, and if there's a storage closet over there, then you know I'll share it with you. But I just wanted you to know, like, on the South Knoll, right next to the South Knoll, down here under the tunnel, there is a storage closet, so it's kind of crazy. This is that mirror image of the South Knoll that looks just like the pergola on the grassy knoll. Hi, I'm Jess Cannell, and I'm here in Dealey Plaza, and we are going to talk about the obelisk in Dealey Plaza today. The closet, just for perspective, is over there now, and we are going to go take a look at this tunnel here. It is actually obvious just from the light peeking through that this is a different setup than the one over there. That one has a closet. This one does not. It is just a tunnel. Now there are little cutouts here, but there is nothing on this side. It's just walls, cutouts over there, and cutouts all the way under the bridge across. Here is the grassy knoll. That's where Jim Tague was standing, right there. So that's this side of the underpass. I will show you too, there's a little plaque. So that's this side of the underpass. I hope that helps you to just visualize what's here and what's not here. Have a great day. Bye. I made a video recently of a tour about Dealey Plaza with Robert and Janet Groden. If you missed that, you want to go back for it. It is really insightful, and they bring their 62 years of observations and learning to that video. But today, we are just going to look at the yellow stripes. The question of, were there yellow stripes? What were they for? Where can we see them? And where are they here still 62 years later? So let's go ahead and take a quick look. One of the things that I am doing today is I am just walking along the curb. Up here is where photos like Phil Willis were taken from. Just for perspective, there is the grassy knoll and the pergola, but all along here there are no yellow paint splotches at all. There's none. And then all of a sudden, as you start to get down closer toward what's called the kill zone, there start to be yellow splotches of paint. Now, I'll just show you the side. There's none yet. And then all of a sudden, when you get down to here, you start to see the yellow. Reportedly, this would have been for sighting for shooters. We are still no yellow paint. And then here's the first sign of yellow. If you notice, it's there, and it's there in the middle. But if we come around here to the side, there's some visible from there as well. That's only a little bit, but if we keep going, right here is our next yellow paint that starts. There is a tiny bit still visible there on the side, but here is that. But on this curb is the spot where it's not only on the top, but you can still see it there in the side, in the place where it's turned inward. You keep going, there's some, none. Here is a little bit left here as well. You can see it there on the top. And then we get to the storm drain over here. So reportedly these yellow stripes were used as sighting tools for a potential shooter there, here, or here. Those are the three likely locations of shooters based on various bullet holes in the plaza, as well as just studies that have been done over the years. But theoretically, this is the reason why there were yellow stripes painted. And I have been told that Beverly Oliver still has a pair of shoes that has some of this yellow paint on them. Reportedly, the paint stripes were painted that morning. So that's why there's so little of it left, is that there's 62 years of wear and tear on this curb. And you can see lots of places where there's paint marks and there's markings from, you know, probably hubcaps and all the rest hitting these curbs. But 62 years later, there's still a trace of that yellow paint. It is not anywhere else in the plaza. It's not on the right side. It's not down, it's not above, it's not down below. It's only in those spots. And you can actually see it in the Zapruder film. There are some enhanced films on YouTube that show the exact spots where the yellow paint is visible right behind Jackie. And that is the location right in the middle of these stripes. You can see is where the fatal headshot was taken. So between these stripes is exactly the place where he lost his life. Additionally, the umbrella man was standing right around here giving a signal, and the fist is also raised right here in this spot. So all of those things were happening right here in the kill zone. And that's the significance of the yellow paint. If you ever come down to Dealey Plaza, you can still see the yellow paint between roughly about here down before you get to the storm grate. That is where it's located. I hope this gives you insight about where you can find those pieces of evidence. I have the school book depository behind me. Back there is the grassy knoll. But today I wanted to talk to you about the extension road. If you're not familiar, we're going to get into it today and you'll be able to see what the extension road of Elm Street even means. So straight ahead is Houston Street. You can see this vehicle making the turn that JFK would have made. And we all know this. Right here you can see the turn that JFK's vehicle would have taken as he went down towards his death before the triple underpass. One thing that's sometimes missed is that reportedly his vehicle almost missed the turn because of the Elm Street extension road. Here to my left, I'm standing on a little island that goes between Elm Street, that goes that way and down to the triple underpass, and this extension road that passes directly in front of the school book depository building. We are at the corner of what was the Texas School Book Depository building. This is Houston Street. Right there is where President Kennedy's vehicle would have come down, and you can see that vehicle turning onto Elm Street. But here is the location of the extension road. This road passed toward the railroad yard, and reportedly there was a gate that was keyed. Also reportedly, vehicles sometimes parked at an angle right there. But here you can see how this is the book depository building, and there is a road between the building and Elm Street. So if you ever hear talk of the extension road, this is what it's talking about. It was the link between Elm Street and the railroad yard. We're just gonna walk straight back so that you can see, of course, there is the pergola by the grassy knoll, and there is Lee Bower's tower. Back here, there were multiple train yards, just like what you see now, actually. There's 3 different trains moving and a 4th coming right there. So lots of train activity still. And there was actually one train railway that came between here and Lee Bower's tower. So this is the extension road for Elm. This would be the place where Lee Bowers saw vehicles coming through the gate and going back into this locked parking lot. And he had worked there for 12 or 13 years, so he recognized when there were different vehicles, and he recognized 3. He described each vehicle, and he talked about the second one containing someone speaking on what looked like a radio or a phone. So that all happened right here and was accessed by the Elm Street extension road. I hope that makes that element of Dealey Plaza clear to you. Like all the videos I make, I would love for this to help you in your research. I'd also love to earn your subscription, and I hope this video has done that today. Hope you have a great day. Bye.